As a resident of the Gainesville, Florida area for nearly 20 years and a real estate professional, I get asked questions about Gainesville all the time. And today I want to dive into the 5 most commonly asked questions that I get about our town. One of them may or may not be about alligators. Of the most frequently asked questions I get about Gainesville, the number one has got to be schools. Whether it's for a family who's coming from out of the area and wants to know where their kids are going to attend, or if it's for somebody who has no children at all, but they're curious about resale value, schools are a super important issue for any city. Now, as a real estate professional, I can't sway you in either direction as to whether or not I think a school is good or bad, but I can be a great resource of the right places that you should go. And here are 2 of the best websites. The first is greatschools.org. You can plug in your zip code and it will give you a list of all the schools in the area and their ratings based on various criteria. It's a really great website that's super robust and very helpful. And for the Alachua County area, I would suggest you check out sbac.edu. for School Board of Alachua County. It's going to be the local source for bus routes. It's going to tell you the average ratio of teachers to kids in a classroom in our area, as well as how many students we have overall. And that's another really great resource for you if you're wondering about the schools in our area. Number 2 question I get all the time is restaurants. Where do you go to eat in this town? Well, let me tell you, it's one of my favorite questions because there's no shortage of awesome places to go eat. There is a huge variety of restaurants in Gainesville, all the way from fine cuisine to casual and cheap. And with over 400 restaurants in Gainesville, you can find anything at just about any price point. Food trucks, fancy restaurants, outdoor patios, and mom and pop eateries abound in our area. If you have any specific questions about a particular price point, location, or even type of cuisine, send me a message and I will let you know my list of specifics. And number 3 are places to go and things to do in our area. Gainesville is an amazing microcosm of culture, diversity, and nature. There are amazing parks, trails, and springs for the outdoor person or nature lover. There's tons of opportunities to see sporting events of all kinds because of the university. And there are tons of museums, music venues, and art galleries. One of the unique things about Gainesville is that the University of Florida provides tons of opportunities for art and culture and events that a normal North Central Florida small town wouldn't have the opportunity to have. The number 4 question I get is Florida weather and hurricanes. People flock to Florida because of the weather. Our winters are mild, and if you live up north and you're sick and tired of shoveling snow for months out of the year, a mild winter sounds pretty amazing. Gainesville is located in North Central Florida, which means we do have some cooler temperatures in the winter months than South Florida does. According to timeanddate.com, our coldest month is January, and our average temperature during the month of January is 55 degrees. In Southern Florida, their average is about 66, so their winters are much warmer. Now, the temps can go lower than 55. We've gotten into the 20s and the 30s, but usually that only lasts for about a day or so before it warms back up to those normal ranges. Our hottest month of the year is July, with an average temp of 81 degrees. But trust me, it gets way hotter than that. But that's what the springs are for. And of the questions I'm most frequently asked, number 5 is wildlife. It's really easy to take for granted certain wildlife sightings if you've grown up around Florida. And one of my favorite stories is just recently I went to a conference down in Tampa in South Florida, and we were eating lunch on the beach with several of the attendees. And seagulls started swarming. As a Floridian, that was not a big deal to me, and I shooed them away. But all the northerners freaked out. It was actually quite funny. It just really never occurred to me that people weren't used to shooing away those white little pesky birds. But the real question I get is about alligators. Here's what I tell people. If you're in Florida and you see water, lake, pond, whatever it is, just assume there's an alligator in it and act accordingly. Many times there won't be a gator in it, but if you treat it like there is, you're going to be on the safe side. Another pro tip for Floridians that I learned from my neighbor growing up was about the crepuscular hour. Now, the crepuscular hour refers to that time at dawn and dusk when animals, like alligators, tend to feed. Meaning, dawn and dusk may not be the best time to take a dip in the lake. And more often than not, animals are going to leave you alone as long as you leave them alone. But particularly if you have small children or small animals, it's a really good idea to keep your distance during that time of day. And always proceed with caution, because it's better to be safe than sorry. I get asked about the wonderful community of Gainesville all the time, and whether it's schools, alligators, or great places to grab lunch, I'm always happy to be your resource. And if you're looking for more information about our wonderful community, don't miss my video on the 5 pros and 5 cons of moving to Gainesville. I'm Lindsey Johnson, your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.